and Sway.
Get your perfect entertaining start to the day.
At 9 a.m. every weekday morning with
Mahima's
Good Morning Bay.
Good morning,
Morning Bay.
आप सभी लोग हमारी तरफ से एक प्यार भरा नमस्ते,
नमस्कार.
वनकम,
Namaskara.
खुशामदीद,
Assalamualaikum.
सत श्री अकाल,
మీకందరికి వందనము.
जय स्वामी नारायण,
जय श्री कृष्ण.
जय जिनेंद्र.
हमारे इस्माइली भाई बहनों को बोल दे या अली मदद.
मौला अली मदद बोलते हुए सारे फीजी मतलब को बोलेंगे भाई निशा बुला जन हम आ गए हैं आपके प्यारे महिमा के द्वारे. मैं फालतू बाबा
And of course, myself, Faltu Rani, लेकर आपके लिए one more Good Morning Bay on a Monday. Totally magnificent and totally mastani bandjani.
And of course, Jan, आप सुन रहे हैं Good Morning Bay, presentation of Media Mahima right here for the network of Radio Hotties, airing live and local on Radio Mirchi 1310 AM, Badjan. And right now, you know what it's time for, right? Gonna go check out what's happening on the roads with रास्ते का हाल. एकदम हम लोग देने वाले हैं आप लोगों को बटन टोटली सस्ते में, तो रुकेगा आपके लिए अभी भी आएगा ये रास्ते का हाल which we are gonna give you total सस्ते में. Where is it? Here you go.
It's time for the Bandu traffic update. Call us from wherever you are at 408-912-2479.
Jan, रास्ते का हाल क्या बताओ. कोविड सिचुएशन चल रही है अभी भी because the cases of COVID are rising, are on the high right now. They're actually coming up right now. We hope we're able to get under control. So holiday season आ गया, people actually are moving, and I see more people actually getting into works and everything, and getting into places which are crowded also. Please be careful about it. It does spread. It's kind of airborne, as in when you actually touch surfaces or when somebody coughs at you, or even if they breathe at you, probably that might be something which you might catch. That's why they expect you to at least be 6 feet away from people. Physical distancing is the key. Try to see if you can make that happen along with wearing a mask, and also make sure you wash your hands. Even for the matter of masks, if you're using a use and throw mask, I've seen people do this. Some people actually reusing the masks, which are reusable masks, though they are disposable masks, but just try to do that. Yes, if at all you're wearing a mask, periodically washing them definitely helps. Yeah, I've seen some people wear dirty masks also. Don't do that. Yeah, I've seen some people do that. Yeah, so it's okay. But the point is, you got to keep making sure it's hygienic and clear and clean, and you actually around you. Also keep your exercise regime going. It's important to make sure you have a healthy immune system, in other words. So eat right also, but that's what's very important for you guys to keep in mind for this particular season of holidays. And coming up right now, we know that there's going to be Thanksgiving holidays coming up, and then we have the Christmas thing coming up also, Banajan. So all those things are kind of ways you can contract this virus. It's winter, of course, and it's not helping also. Let's see, the weather-wise, it's now kind of, it's going to be the upper 70, so mid-70s, I should say, so it's going to be a hot day. It's kind of cloudy also. Because it's going to be cloudy and it's going to be a hot day, tomorrow probably we'll have some showers, and even Wednesday we'll have some showers for sure, so expect rain in the offing this week. But of course, aaj ke liye I don't see any rain because it's kind of looking clear. It might get partly cloudy after some time, but it's going to be sunny and hot, like 74, 75. And if you're layer up anyways, because right now it seems like 55, 56 right now in the weather. So if you're just stepping out right now, catching our show, and you're wondering what you've got to wear, wear something which you can take off later on. I don't know, windsheet, I suppose. But right now, that was your traffic update, and we'll go take a quick look at what's the headlines for you guys for today. Falguni?
Yeah, Baba.
The headlines, of course, but if we're going to share with you are pretty much something which we have in detail. If you're not able to catch up everything which we share with you guys on air, go check it out on news blog mediamahima.com. Once again, that's mediamahima.com.
Moderna trial success gives the world more hope in the race to end the pandemic. US COVID-19 cases cross 11 million as pandemic intensifies. The US CDC is reporting 244,810 deaths from the coronavirus. Trump cites Biden victory on Twitter, still presses false rigging claims. Trump National Security Advisor O'Brien says it looks now that Biden has won. Trump campaign abandons parts of the Pennsylvania election lawsuit. And in some new study by immigration experts, the new U.S. citizenship test is apparently tougher, with more of political leanings. One heck of a ride. SpaceX launches astronauts into space. WhatsApp is going to be providing peer-to-peer services, payment services in Brazil soon, according to central bank chief. MasterCard gets the US Department of Justice green light on the Finicity deal. European activist files complaints against Apple's tracking tool. In news from India, the second phase of Malabar to kick off in the Arabian Sea with aircraft carriers tomorrow. And finally, Microsoft has a hacker warning for coronavirus vaccine makers in India and in the US. More on all this coming up shortly.
And of course, that was the headlines. We'll come with the news in detail for you guys in just a few. Like you said, Pele, what we're going to do is we're going to play a nice Garga Kira for you guys, which is going to be a good way of starting off your day, I should say. And this is actually going to be a nice song, which is going to be a peppy song for you. And it's starting off the week, right? It's got to be a song which actually puts you life in perspective. And yes, wisdom from a movie which I think was very nice, called 102 Not Out. Here comes the song, which actually is called as the Budumba song. Now you wonder why it's called the Budumba song? Because the words are called Budumba. Budumba actually. And this actually Amitabh Bhattacharya's lyrics, I suppose. And the music by, I don't know. I'll find out.
समझ ले इशारा क्या बोले तुम्बा मस्ती में जी ले जुम्बा 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 यारा समझ ले इशारा क्या बोले तुम्बा मस्ती में जी ले जुम्बा जुम्बा सर से गिरा दे फिकर का बोझा कमर हिला के हैप्पी हैप्पी हो जा कहना तू मान ले मेरा यारा समझ ले
And trivia time about the song Bhattacharya. This is a song which actually is sung in the voices of Amitabh Bachchan and Rishi Kapoor. And if you want to know, well, let me ask you, Bhajan, do you know of any other song which Rishi Kapoor and Amitabh Bachchan have sung together? That could be a challenge for you guys to give a call right here and let me know. Call us on 408-9 122-179. This song, of course, this movie actually is a very nice movie where Rishi Kapoor is the son of Amitabh Bachchan, who's 101 or something like that. And he's trying to make 1 or 2 but doesn't make it. But again, the point is, it's good. It's a nice movie. Watch it for sure. And it's my music direction by new group called Rohan and Vinayak. It's a duo. And don't go by whatever they say on internet, Bhattacharya. Sometimes they even say that Amitabh Bachchan actually done the music direction for this. No, it's not.
Really?
Yeah.
happy ho ja कहना तू मान ले मेरा यारा समझ ले इशारा क्या बोले तुम मस्ती में जी ले जुम्बा जुम्बा
Yeah, Bhattacharya, I do understand Amitabh Bachchan is pretty talented, but come on, music direction, possibly yes, but this kind of song, I don't think so. But anyway, Bhattacharya, he has sung the song in his own voice, and towards the end comes Rishi Kapoor's song, so I'm not going to voice, I don't want to go all the way till there, because time for us to go and check out what's happening in the news for you guys in detail, where Faltoni is waiting to share news with you guys, Bhattacharya. So here is your news for today.
The number of coronavirus cases in the United States has crossed the 11 million mark on Sunday, reaching yet another grim milestone, according to a Reuters tally, as a third wave of COVID-19 infections has surged across the country. Reuters data shows the pace of the pandemic in the United States has actually quickened, with 1 million more new cases with just 8 days from just 8 days ago, when it hit 10 million, making it the fastest since the pandemic began. This compares with 10 days it took to get from 9 to 10 million and 16 days that it took from to reach 9 million from 8 million cases. The United States is hardest hit by the coronavirus and it crossed the 10 million COVID-19 cases on November 8th and is reporting over 100,000 daily cases for the past 11 days straight. Let us also tell you, Bhattacharya, that according to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, on Sunday, they reported about 10,846,000. Well, it's close to 11 million now, as I mentioned. an increase of 155,708 cases from its previous count, and the number of deaths has risen by 1,252, and the number right now stands at 244,810 deaths caused due to the coronavirus. This reported tally came as of 4 p.m. Eastern Time on November 14th, compared with its previous report released a day earlier. And also, in the meanwhile, we can stop COVID-19 is what a Moderna vaccine success is showing the world and is giving more hope. Moderna Inc.'s experimental vaccine is 94.5% effective in preventing COVID-19 based on interim data from a late-stage trial, the company said on Monday, becoming the second U.S. drug maker to report results that far exceed expectations. Together with Pfizer's vaccine, which is almost about 90% effective and pending more safety data and regulatory review, the United States could have 2 vaccines authorized for emergency use in December, with as many as 60 million doses of vaccine available this year. The vaccines, both developed with new technology known as messenger RNA, represent powerful tools to fight a pandemic that has infected 54 million people worldwide and has killed about 1.3 million. Unlike Pfizer's vaccine, which Dr. Fauci was saying, right, that it has to be maintained at some freezing temperatures and things like that, Moderna shot apparently can just be maintained at normal fridge temperatures, which should make it easier to distribute. This is a critical factor as COVID-19 cases are soaring, hitting new records in the United States and pushing some European countries back into lockdowns. In fact, in the United States, Bandajan, Michigan has gone into a 3-week mandatory lockdown. So has indoor dining has stopped. High school students are no longer allowed to go to school. In-person learning has stopped, and also bars and restaurants, that's completely stopped.
Well, a little perspective for you guys. In California, they actually had around new cases of corona, right? In the month of June, July. Remember, it was a peak, right?
Right.
It was 10,000. Do you know what it is at right now? November 15th. I know what the data is.
What is it?
9,000. So we're like 9,000 new cases.
New cases. Oh,
In entire
I was like,
California.
did it drop?
No, it's not dropped. It's like, I'm telling you, it's coming back to the point. It had dropped in September, right? We have a very cautious about all the stuff. It dropped around 2,000, 3,000 cases, but now it's gone up almost like around. Since September, we're almost like 4 times the cases, new cases.
And also, I think we are going into Santa Clara County is imposing back restrictions, right? No more indoor dining starting tomorrow, Banjan. I think salons will still continue to remain open, but most of the infections, what they're thinking is coming from indoor dining without people masking properly, and also clamping down on indoor gatherings. So you'll get more information about that tomorrow. We'll bring that for you right here on Good Morning Bay. Let's also tell you now about something more interesting, or probably not. Most of you are tired of it. President Donald Trump appeared on Sunday to publicly acknowledge for the first time that his Democratic rival Joe Biden won the November 3rd U.S. presidential election, but reiterated that his false claims that the vote was rigged. He won because the election was rigged. Trump tweeted. Trump had yet to concede the election to Biden, who was called on as the winner on November 7th after enough state results came in to hand the former Democratic vice president victory. Biden has won 306 votes in the state-by-state electoral college system that determines the presidential winner, according to Edison Research, far more than the 270 needed. Instead, Trump spent his days with few public events and pressed unsubstantiated allegations of fraud on social media. The U.S. president has also stalled the government's normal process of preparing for the new presidential administration, which both Democrats and some Republicans have said has serious national security implications. It does, Bandajan, and if you want to find out more about that, you can go to MediaMahima.com. U.S. President Donald Trump's national security advisor, Robert O'Brien, said on Monday that he will ensure a professional transition to the team led by Democrat Joe Biden if Biden is deemed the winner of the 2020 presidential election, and obviously things look like that right now, is what he said. The Republican Trump has insisted the November 3rd election was rigged and that he will be declared winner after a series of legal challenges in several states. Speaking to the Global Security Forum, O'Brien said that while he hoped that Trump would turn out to have a second 4-year term, he would work with a new administration headed by Biden and his vice presidential running mate, Kamala Harris. If there is a new administration, look, they deserve some time to come in and implement their policies, O'Brien said. If the Biden-Harris ticket is determined to be the winner, and obviously things look like that now, we'll have a very professional transition from the National Security Council. There is no doubt about it. Also, you might want to know, with all those mounting legal challenges, Banjan, U.S. President Donald Trump's campaign on Sunday has now dropped a major part of a lawsuit it brought seeking to halt Pennsylvania from certifying its results in the presidential election, narrowing the case to a small number of ballots. In an amended complaint filed in federal court, the Trump campaign dropped a claim that election officials unlawfully blocked observers from watching the counting of mail-in ballots in Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. The pared-down lawsuit now focuses on a claim that Democratic-leaning counties unlawfully allowed voters to fix errors in their mail-in ballots in violation of state law. Officials have said the dispute affects a small number of ballots in the state where Democrat Joe Biden is projected to win by more than 60,000 votes. In other news, Pandijan, let us tell you that Elon Musk's rocket company SpaceX launched 4 astronauts on a flight to the International Space Station on Sunday, NASA's first full-fledged mission, sending a crew into orbit aboard a privately owned spacecraft. SpaceX's newly designed Crew Dragon capsule, which the crew has dubbed Resilience, lifted off atop a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket at 7:27 p.m. Eastern Time from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Cape Canaveral, Florida. That was one heck of a ride, astronaut Mike Hobson said from Crew Dragon to SpaceX Mission Control about an hour after liftoff. There was a lot of smiles. Crew Dragon will gradually raise its orbit for the next 27 hours through a series of onboard thruster firings, giving the astronauts time to eat pre-packaged dinners and roughly 8 hours to rest before docking at the International Space Station at 11 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday. Also, let's tell you in terms of technology news, WhatsApp, the messaging service of Facebook Inc., will now start to accept peer-to-peer payment service transactions. In the Brazilian market, central bank president Roberto Campos Neto said on Monday in a press conference marking the launch of central bank's new Pix instant payment platforms. Campos Neto also said that central bank has held talks with Google and other big tech firms about entering in the instant payments market in Brazil. MasterCard has received the Department of Justice's green light for their deal to buy fintech firm Finicity. The deal was first announced in June by the payment processing company. Finicity is expected to help MasterCard strengthen its open banking services, which allow customers to determine how and where third parties such as fintechs or other banks can access information to initiate payments on their behalf or provide money management services. Finicity has partnered with major financial institutions in the past, including Wells Fargo, Fidelity Investments, Capital One Financial Corp, and JP Morgan Chase. Apple is now hitting back against a European activist who is complaining about a tracking tool. An Austrian privacy advocacy group drew a strong critical response from Apple on Monday after it said an online tracking tool used in its devices breached European law. The group, led by campaigner Max Schrems, filed complaints with data protection watchdogs in Germany and Spain, alleging that the tracking tool illegally enabled the $2 trillion US tech giant to store users' data without their consent. Apple directly rebutted these claims and said that they were factually inaccurate, and we look forward to making that clear to privacy regulators should they examine the complaint. In other news, Bandijan, let us tell you from India, we have some news. where they're saying that the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, this is especially an immigrant rights group that's brought this up, they've revised their civics test, a mandatory requirement for those who want to become American citizens. According to the USCIS, applicants who apply for citizenship on or after December 1, 2020 will take this updated oral version of the test, apparently. The immigration agency states that the revised test includes more questions that test the applicant's understanding of U.S. history and civics in line with statutory requirements and covers a variety of topics that provide the applicant with more opportunities to learn about the U.S. as a part of the test preparation process. But immigration experts are saying that the test is tougher and has more political leanings. Indian-born individuals are typically the second largest group to be granted U.S. citizenship, and that's the reason we're sharing this news item with you. And also, the naval exercises have now begun, Bandhujan, in the Malabar region. If you want to find out more about that, you can actually go to mediamahima.com. That's all we have time for on this morning's Good Morning Babe. We'll be back tonight, live at 5 on the Pam Pam Show. Till then, have yourselves a magnificent Monday.
And of course, Bajan, the first part of the Gane Kita had Amitabh Bachchan's voice. Second part is Rishi Kapoor's voice. Enjoy this, Bajan. We'll be back in the evening at 5 with live with more for you guys on the Pam Pam Show.
The best music with the best entertainment. You know where it keeps